family. I so much rather to be in person with all of you here celebrating Mr. Davis today. We know that public service is it's a family affair. We all serve together. I'm going to refer to this briefly. When I heard Mr. Davis's story and obviously heard his wonderful playful banter back and forth with Robert Anderson, it really made me think about my father, who always has thoughtful opinions on everything, and he always talks about his favorite hot rods from growing up and the cars he used to drive, and how today's cars are nothing compared to those cars, and he'll often say that they just don't make them like this anymore, and it made me think so much about how rare an Oscar Davis is. Someone who steps up and serves the people in his own way. Hired on my first birthday, as a matter of fact, December 1st, 1970. Wow. The day I turned 1 year old. For a little perspective, Lester Bates was ending his third term as mayor of Columbia. Mr. Davis drove to work on his first day, his 1956 Chevrolet. They just don't make them like that. Okay? Started as a laborer in solid waste. Back in 1970, he worked in the city's trash collection operation as part of a three-man team. Nothing in our yard trash operation was mechanical at that time. And everything was picked up off the streets and put in the trucks by hand using pitchforks. It's safe to say that Mr. Davis is seeing a lot of changes to the way that the city, the Department of Public Works, and the Solid Waste Division operates over the last 50 years. Later, Mr. Davis started driving for solid waste, and then in the 1990s, he obtained his CDL license. At this point, Mr. Davis has operated and can operate and drive every piece of equipment in this division. What's most outstanding about Mr. Davis, other than the obvious, is that he's remained loyal and dedicated to the city for over half a century now. One of my teachers used to always say, it's not only aptitude, but your attitude that will determine your altitude in life. He's known for shining attitude every day and his willingness to help the solid waste division at any job assigned. So it's my pleasure today to want to be here in person if we could. We do so little in person anymore, and this just didn't seem appropriate to do only virtually. It's my honor and my pleasure to be here today to recognize Mr. Oscar Davis for his dedication and commitment to our city, for his service to the Solid Waste Division, and to the people of Columbia for 50 years. Thank you so much, Mr. Davis. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Davis. It is an honor to be here with you virtually and actually in person. We really, really appreciate that opportunity. Thank you, Mayor, for your remarks. This is excellent work and an opportunity to honor an excellent employee for 50 years. That is truly remarkable. Mayor, you spoke about public service and being a family. Folks like Mr. Davis are what makes it a family. You're the glue that hold us together in the good times and the bad times. Right. And we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know, leadership manifests itself in a variety of different ways. And leadership isn't about position or title. It's about how we conduct ourselves every day. And you are truly an example for younger generations about loyalty, about dedication, about work ethic, and the mayor said about attitude.
Right.
We appreciate that so much, what you do for us each and every day, and the calling that you have made this your career. We really appreciate that. So God bless you and your family, and we hope to have you for many more years. Thank you. Robert, did you want to say a word?
I wanted to say 2 or 3 things, and I think several things we've missed, and Oscar, I appreciated you being here all the years, and not that we've missed anything, but if anybody thinks about what Oscar's seen, snowstorm, ice storm,
Right.
Hugo, okay,
Right.
now pandemic.
Right.
So you've kind of covered the gamut. Let's just kind of keep it quiet. Oh, the flood of 2015.
Right.
I missed that. So let's kind of keep the rest of your career for the next 15, 20 years quiet here. Okay? Let's just try to do that. Thank you, Oscar. That's all I said.
So I'm going to read this proclamation, and we had a chance to reference it during our last city council meeting with it, which again, didn't seem sufficient and felt we needed to do something. Oscar Davis was hired by the city of Columbia on December 1st, 1970 as a laborer in the solid waste division. And whereas Oscar Davis was initially one of a 3-man team in the division's trash collection operation. And whereas at the time when Oscar Davis started in trash collection, no part of the operation was mechanical, and all yard trash pickups were achieved with pitchforks and loaded in trucks. And whereas Oscar Davis became a driver for the solid waste division and achieved his CDL license in the 1990s and progressed to the level where he could operate all components in the division. Whereas Oscar Davis has long been recognized by his coworkers and supervisors as bringing a shining attitude to work every day, has shown continued willingness to help the solid waste division and accept any duty assigned. And whereas as of his date of hire anniversary, on December 1st, 2020, Oscar Davis has been an employee of the City of Columbia for 50 years. And now there I, Stephen K. Benjamin, Mayor of the City of Columbia, South Carolina, along with my fellow members of Columbia City Council, do hereby proclaim December 14th, 2020 to be Oscar Davis Recognition of Service Day in the great city of Columbia. I urge my fellow citizens to recognize and participate in its observance. So this is Oscar Davis Day in the city of Columbia. And in addition to that, Mr. Davis, one singular power in the city of Columbia that I'm most proud of, and it is to offer the highest honor and award the city has to offer. So I also want to award you the key to the city of Columbia.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow.
May God continue to bless you and your family. I want to say this wonderful family. Thank you for sharing Oscar with us all.
Thank you.
Thank you. And, I can't wait until this pandemic subsides and we can all hug each other and in the same room. Mr. Davis, the podium is yours, brother. I'm sorry. I forgot this. Oh, sorry. Am I supposed to do this already?
Yes, you're good.
Come on.
No, it's yours. It was yours to do.
Okay.
His wife may be happy about the other stuff.
What do you think about this, ma'am?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. That is wonderful.
I want to thank Robert and Alvin Kenneth for having me employed with the city as long as I have. Thank you. I enjoyed every step of the way. I appreciate this honor y'all give me. That's all I want to say.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Anything? Press, any questions or anything? We're good. We're gonna comply with COVID protocols and y'all get out this room right now, y'all. Please stay healthy. Again, thank you for sharing Mr. Davis with us. Thank you so much for your dedication. I mean, you serve as a role model for more people than you can imagine.
Congratulations, Oscar.
Thank you, Cheryl.
All right.